welcome everyone to Spoken Mate, and this is Nancy Goel here, taking your tenses further. So today what we are taking up is the next part of the present continuous tense. We were actually left with only interrogative sentences, and that too the open-ended ones. When I talk of the open-ended questions, so the open-ended questions means the WH family. So the WH family are all the WH words that we have, like what, when, where, why, how, which. All these words, they make up for WH family, and they always ask you a question that always has a descriptive answer. You can't give the answer in yes or no like we can give of the close-ended questions. So what were the helping verbs here? Okay, so that day we had done with the present continuous tense, and I told you that the helping verbs that are used here are is, am, are, where is used for the singular subjects, am with I, and are for the rest of the plurals, we, you, they, or other people who are many, two or more than two. So there we have are. Okay, so now when I am making an open-ended question by using is, am, are plus first form of verb and ing with that, okay, how am I going to frame a question and where would it be applicable? Okay, as I told you that this continuous tense is also a progressive tense. That means the work is in progress, the work is still going on. Okay, when a work is still going on, it is telling us that the work is being done at this particular moment. Okay, the current state of this work is that it is going on. So now when I am asking you this particular question, see, I asked you one question in this particular form only. When am I asking you this question? मैं आपसे ये question कब पूछ रही हूँ? Okay, when am I asking you this question? Another way is, where are you going? A very common question that is used by a lot of us. Where are you going? What are you doing? Okay, आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? आप क्या कर रहे हैं? And how are you doing this? आप ये कैसे कर रहे हैं? How are you doing this? What are you doing? आप क्या कर रहे हैं? Where are you going? आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Okay, so all these are very common questions that we ask. And what do we mean by when we use these questions? That we are asking the situation, the current situation of that verb. Okay, where are you going? आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Means आप कहाँ जाते हैं नहीं बोल रही मैं. Where do you go? I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you where are you going? Okay. In the same way, when are you leaving for the party? आप पार्टी के लिए कब निकल रहे हैं? When are you leaving for your office? आप ऑफिस के लिए कब निकल रहे हैं? Okay. Some other question words. Which shirt are you wearing today? आप आज कौन सी शर्ट पहन रहे हैं? Which shirt are you wearing today? Okay. In the same way, what are you doing today? Okay. How are you making tea? आप चाय कैसे बना रहे हैं? How are you making tea? Okay. तो इसमें ये नहीं पूछा जा रहा है कि आप चाय कैसे बनाते हैं. Regular procedure of making tea is not being asked. What I am asking is that how are you making tea right now? This particular tea what you are making right now, how are you making it? Okay. So this is how are you making tea? Okay. Now when I talk of this present continuous tense, I hope this is getting too much clear with you. It's a very easy tense. There is not much complication in this tense. The same on this particular same line we have past continuous tense also. So past continuous tense is where we have the helping verbs was and were. And what kind of work do I say is past? पास्ट कंटिन्यूस वो कौन सा वर्ब है जिसमें पास्ट है, पास्ट क्या है, जो समय निकल चुका है, द टाइम विच हैज ऑलरेडी गॉन बाय. ओके, सो जो हो रहा था से मुझे पता चलता है दिस इज पास्ट टेंस, और वॉज वर इसके हेल्पिंग वर्ब हैं. रहा था, रही थी, रहे थे, ये मुझे बता रहे हैं दैट दिस इज पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. जो काम कभी पास्ट में पहले समय में हो रहा था, वर्क की क्या सिचुएशन थी उस समय कि वो काम उस समय हो रहा था. ओके, तो उस समय वो प्रोग्रेस में था काम. ओके, तो प्रोग्रेस में था काम, वो हो रहा था. ओके, तो कैसे बनाएंगे इसके सेंटेंस? सेम है, ऑन द वेरी सेम लाइन वी आर गोइंग टू मेक सेंटेंसेस. Okay, so how am I going to make sentences here? Hello to those people who have joined in. Good to see you. Okay, you may ask your queries in the comment section. Now, when I talk of past continuous tense, we have two helping verbs, was and were here. Now, where to use was and where to use were. Was is used for singular subjects like he, she, it. Now one more subject, I is also clubbed here and we are going to use I was. Okay, and the rest of the plurals, we, you, they, we are going to use were. Okay, so where in present continuous tense we had I am, here in past continuous was is going to be used. I के साथ भी हम was ही use करेंगे यहाँ पर. I was watching TV yesterday. मैं कल टीवी देख रही थी. I was watching TV yesterday. He was doing his homework. वो अपना होमवर्क कर रहा था. Okay, my mom was cooking food. मम्मा मेरे खाना बना रहे थे. Okay, in this way you can make number of sentences by using was, were plus first form of verb and ing plus object. Now you just have to identify what subject is it. Is it a singular subject or is it a plural subject? Okay, so you have to keep in mind only the subject, and then the helping verbs are was and were, first form of verb and ing, and then the object. This is about the affirmative sentences. Now if I talk of the negative sentences, again very simple, you just have to put a not after the helping verb. Now where is the helping verb? It is was and were, and after was and were I am going to use not. In the very same sentences that I have made right now, I am going to put not. I was not watching TV yesterday. Okay, so I got a perfect sentence here. I was missing you yesterday. It is a perfect sentence. Okay, so if I just make it into negative, I was not missing you yesterday. Okay, so this is Nupu's sentence, and I just made the same sentence into negative, that I was not missing you yesterday. In the same way, if I am going to use you, we, they, then I am going to use were. They were not going to market. They were not. Okay, so now one more thing that I had told you earlier also, like in negative sentences we always use the contracted forms. So here the contracted forms of was not will become wasn't, and were not will become weren't. So I wasn't watching TV yesterday. He wasn't doing his homework yesterday. My mom was not cooking food. Okay, and if I am going to use were now, were and not together will become weren't. They weren't going to market. We weren't going for a picnic. Okay, you weren't writing properly. आप अच्छे से नहीं लिख रहे थे. you weren't writing properly. Okay, so this is about the negative sentences of past continuous tense. So what we have done today is we have finished with the present continuous tense open-ended questions. We have done with the past continuous tense, where we have done affirmative sentences and we have done negative sentences. Okay, and in the next lecture what we are going to cover is the open-ended and close-ended questions of past continuous tense. Okay, so till then you can practice both these tenses, and I'll also let you know that what are the combination of two sentences when we use this past continuous tense. Okay, very commonly we say जब मैं आया तो आप ये कर रहे थे, या जब वो आए तो मैं ये कर रहा था. Okay, so when you joined, like if I just tell Nupur that Nupur, when you joined I was already delivering the lecture, कि नुपुर जब आपने ज्वाइन करा तो मैं पहले से ही लेक्चर दे रही थी. Okay, so when you joined I was already delivering the lecture. That is a combination of two tenses here where I am using simple past and past continuous. Okay, तो जो काम हुआ और जो काम हो रहा था. Okay, when the guest came I was watching TV. जब गेस्ट आए मैं टीवी देख रही थी. Okay, this is again a combination of two sentences here. One is simple past, another is past continuous. Okay, so we are going to do more of these sentences in our next lecture. So right now I am just taking a leave and I'll see you next in the next week. Okay, so bye bye for now.